Okay, that was a tumultuous start. Not gonna lie, today I couldn't, for the love of God, manage to get everything started. My monitors swapped their display ports. Jesus Christ, the audio. My monitors swapped their display ports, so everything got very fucked up. But we finally managed to start. Oh, I'm not gonna need my notes on my day job. So back to Kahoot again. Now, last time I was under the impression that we got quite close. We were fighting a little issue on this server. So we started the master. We go to say Sarah. And we go to a player. Oh, cool, the player is already there. No, yeah, so this works. This works wonders, right? Okay, the little problem about this is I'm still loading the initial lobby. So that's the part I want to avoid. Now let's also add another player just to take a fucking look, bro. Okay, just to take a look and see how things go. Obviously, I can't open in the same tab another player, so it will still take a look at my current application to infer if it's the same player. Oh no, it's the entire browser, okay. So it's going to be an incognito browser player. Okay, let's say Sarah, and let's say not this thing, but this thing. Okay, that's interesting. And by interesting, I mean that's wrong. So you're gonna have to watch out for that. But let's see our to-dos. So we have John. Sarah should not fall under that category. But if I'm checking, like, when I start the players, I'm checking both the if there's a lobby name in the string and a lobby browser. Like, am I not correct? Yeah, it would be lobby player. I'm dropping the errors, by the way. Complete miss of the site. And if the player is cached, oh wait, I'm doing it. I'm doing it regardless. So now I know why I'm dropping the errors, because I'm more concerned about if the player is cached. The problem is, yeah, this would just so player menu. What was happening? Yes, we get straight to the controls. Problem that I don't get is why am I jumping straight up into a different question? Wait, no, that's actually the correct one, because she's jumping in. Saras. He's jumping into the last question and things is keeping up. So actually that's phenomenal. So on the lobby side, we want to straight up jump here. Then about the timeout. Now the timeout happens on the server, not on the client anymore. I think. I know I put a sleep on the... It's not sleep. Well, anyway, it's inside the method leaderboards. If I can type leaderboard. Leader. Okay. So it's inside the method of the leaderboard. Yes, there it goes. There's the sleep. So a 5-second sleep. But don't they have like something along the lines of interval? Yeah. And I have also the JavaScript type interval. Probably should have a way to tell if I'm working, if I'm inside. Like the simulation of the use state and use effect from React, I should be able to tell if I'm near or if I'm in the midst or not of a timeout of a leaderboard. So I'm gonna flip something to say I'm leaderboarding. This way I can understand which one I want to start. All right, then that would mean we want to first off respond to the girlfriend always. Gotta not ignore that. But besides the girlfriend, we want to yeah, take a look at this. I 100% need to take out the timer, but what I'm not quite getting, I have at the moment 2 timers. So let's refresh the game very quickly. I think that killing the server refreshes the game. I would believe so, because now, yes, there's no... Okay, the lobby is the same, but I can just say new game, and that should be not able to... Okay, that's a big deal. I'm not killing the game of the player, so that would be a nice note. Maybe in the new game parameters, new game. Which does an HX post to the lobby. So take a look at my lobby handler. Dude. Okay, must be in the master. So there's the lobby handler. Very well. No, it's in the socket. So in the socket, game in the house, default value, stay strong. Timeout, start game, refresh lobby. No. Where it is? At some point, somewhere, I'm restarting the game. But it's not game start. Could be... Okay, refresh lobby should be that, right? Let's add it here. Toto. And simply state that we also need nuke this previous lobby. I wish to save it out, but if a lobby is existent, we try to connect to it. One way in which we can assure that this doesn't happen is just simply remove the lobby, remove its key, or obfuscate its key. Wait, but if I'm saving this on Redis, or most of this on Redis, I should be saving on Redis everything that is not the connection, because the connection are feebles. And oh shit, I have so much light open. Yeah, because I don't care about saving the connection. Those ones are meant to be real time and keep being destroyed or not. Source need to be the previous lobby. Yes, that's correct. Only save on Redis the info, and everything else should just be cleared. Might have some collisions, but I think for my game and a couple more, it would be okay. The only game that I want to save really is those Pride of My Girlfriend, so. Sorry, there's a situation. Okay. I think I'm gonna start running down this one. Because, by the way, this means it's a bug. Simply won't work. Yeah. The first situation that I want to climb out of is this one. So that will intertwine. That first we need to load. Once this game is started, we need to load the question straight up. Actually, I can remove this part of logic. I don't think it might be overkill. I might have to test it later on. Do I ignore this side? Because this is not supposed to be refreshed, no? But that's a clutch. I'm going to refresh it. Not because it's not correct, but because that's what I decided to do. So yes, that's what. Okay. Yeah. Situation after situation. Okay, the lobby problem. We were saying, since every time my lobby refreshes, it should by default go to the question. Yeah, but how do I decide if this is, if I stay in the lobby or if I'm not? I guess if the question is still the first one, I'm allowed to stay in the lobby. Am I not staying in the lobby? Like if we haven't typed start game, so there should be two booleans. A boolean that means that the game has already started, and the boolean that would mean that the game. So I have the start game over here, right? And this load the question. Yep, yes. Which takes me to the. I think it's saved in the state.go. This should be keeping my game. Okay, so the current answer, the current question, the answered game started, which will be a boolean. game started and also leaderboard phase, score phase, leaderboard phase. Cute. Okay. Now, by this metric, I can understand where we are at the game currently, instead of simply relying on anything else. Going back to the master. So when we load the first question, since we have the lobby over here, that would also get me to, say, lobby is this, and that goes the lobby. Then lobby's lobby. The fuck is this? Lobby's lobby dot game started equals true. This will get pissed because I can't assign. Gotta tell you, that's one of the shittiest thing on Go. Like straight up. Like, that's the part that I dislike a lot on Go. So entry dot entry dot game started equals true. Therefore, lobby equals entry. Very well. So that now means they can check if the game has been started. Meanwhile, in the leaderboard, when we start the leaderboard, we're gonna sign that it started, and then we're gonna at the end of it mark that it's hot. So same logic, just kind of annoying for logic. Yeah, I don't see this being like, I don't know why people complain a lot about different aspects of Go, but this one is so annoying, and I never heard anyone complain this. Or there is probably I wasn't aware if people did get annoyed by it. But that's just, it really makes me want to do a separate method for this. I probably will, but at the point, no. At this point in time, no. So not the game started, but the leaderboard phase were true, and when this leaderboard phase finishes, we're gonna say it false. Also, when we instantiate the game, which should be basically when the lobby is getting handled over here. At some point, I must be starting my lobby connection game player. There you go. Everything else starts on 0. I might suppose that even default value of bool in Go must be false, right? Okay, it's false. So I don't even need to start it up. Amazing. Which means by this metric, every time that I'm loading the cache, which happens somewhere over here. If lobby is okay, there's the cookie. Lobby equals cookie.value. If lobbies were simply stating this, okay, and everything then plays out correctly. But if we have a cookie, which means that if the lobby doesn't need to be done, oh, by the way, this probably could even just say, where am I loading this? In the start game. Am I loading it in the start game? Yes. Looks like it. But not really, because get okay, I'm getting a little confused on my own logic. Right now I'm trying to find out where in the fuck am I loading my guy. Like, where is the lobby getting initialized? There's the timeout. Yeah, okay, this is where the timeout. Split the function into two, so that is evident that we are loading the leaderboard, and then we load the question. That's okay. That's beside the points. The point at this specific moment in time. This would be manipulated, but it's when the connection starts, and we know that the lobby is present. So this is the cookie. I'm just going to type out straight up the. We're gonna load the question. I think loading the question will take care of it. Let's take a look. Yeah, it writes it down, which means that when I'm here inside the if entry.lobby is lobby, okay, so it means that we have already a cached lobby. We should be able to just place load question, and I don't even remember what it needs. It needs the lobby, because we already have this object. And this would happen. Okay, this should become. Okay, there's a problem because I can't load the leaderboard separated, which means that it's time to split the leaderboards. So now there would be an object that loads a leaderboard and gives me a timeout of 5, and an object that starts start the next question, and the question should decide if it's synchronous or not. So let's go to the leaderboard and add this one. Rather, that to do should be moved over here and should become I dislike that it doesn't work. In Go is the only one that a new line would add the comments. Okay. So that we're loading and then loading a question. Load question should take an input as seconds of timeout. Default is 0, but which in Go, by the way, it's 0 by default. I don't even need to decide. Default is 0, and I decide when to wait more. Okay. So by this metric now, I would be able to understand everything. Let's first off take a look at this. So we're having the same problem as before, as the player yesterday, which is great that we're loading straight up into the question. That should also work. Should also work is a big leap, but we can just go ahead and destroy the player and the old lobby. Which that means we can instantiate John over here. I don't remember the code, but don't worry, it's here. Okay, very well. So we start the car. Everybody looks peachy. And yeah, things getting loaded. Which means that now this one is not, this place is not the correct one to take a look at my lobby. It will be again in the handler. So load question. Starting game, lobby code. Okay, that assumes that the cache is there, so that's a restarting. And this is what it should be getting loaded. Okay, and now I remember, this is where I'm trying to save it. So the caching aspect. Let's start by loading simply the question. Okay, I got a ninja from yesterday. I remember what I was doing right now. So I executed the template lobby.html, which overrides, no, it doesn't override anything. So let's keep this. Okay, question interface. And the interface uses the QR code. All right. Where is my question interface? Where is my actual questions? Define lobby. Like, where's the actual questions? Templates. If I called it game. And I called it body. Yep. Sounds like about the dumbest. Like, if it's cached, we just load the body. Otherwise, we can split it up. Yeah, basically, it's here when we. Yeah, I'm getting very confused. Let's load this up and then think about anything else. So define the body. Then I'm gonna have to template. I'm gonna have to load this template and give him the correct one, the needed stuff. So that's gonna be annoying. And now we're executing this bad boy, but that would be if we got here. Like, that happens only and only if lobby cached is different from nil. Okay. At this point we err template.execute. Actually, parse. The fuck it's called? Parse files. Template.parse files. And in the parse files, we're just gonna say, I think it's called the gain template. Yeah, and we parse gain. Temple this. If error nil http whatever internal status error. Okay. By this metric, now that we parse the game file, we're just gonna have to simply load everything and pass it up. Which, as of now, Redis question row JSON start. And at the moment, this load question will always write straight up to the buffer, which is fine. But now, but at this moment is different. Because at this moment we have a small problem. Yeah, at this moment is a little bit different. I want almost all of this. It's like an intermediate method and say, like, let's call it get slot function. Let's call it question. I think I'd be helpful. Let's call it get question, even though I know that it violates the Go spirit for that. Yeah, I'm really up against that level of rules. I'm really not always feeling like complying with them. Okay, so we get the question. There's the body. Do we return this template and write it down? Like specifically speaking, if I say return the game start, because I feel like every time I open LinkedIn, I feel like people tell me how I'm supposed to do stuff, and I don't like it. I always felt like programming is about taking choices, and if they're bad, they're bad. Happens. You will return the buffer. Yeah. Like I can use this to write, right? Should be able to use this to write. I think that's what I do here. It's an execute template. Yeah, and we pass the rubber. Okay, so if it's cached, obviously this one won't be happy, but we could say that we're getting back a template. You say that that's accurate? Okay. And let's say it like this. We are doing a bytes buffer. And looks like that pleases the compiler. At this point, you don't even need to parse it up. We can just simply say, okay, I'm making off a tangent here at the moment. Get question lobby cache.value. Cannot use assign cache the value struct templates value assign. Okay, because this is a okay, I can type it out. Now this doesn't look like it can execute dick because I'm defining it in this simple manner, but I can be more specific. Can I? I can just simply, when I'm parsing, I parse the file. Actually, I already executed the template, so I don't even need to parse. Right now, I'm straight up. I jumped already to the execution part. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Where did I parse this to be able to execute it? Because I'm finding the question over here. I'm unmarshalling. I execute this. So that game start is already the object that goes inside here, right? That would be template, execute template, okay. Let's call it lol for a second, and we're gonna repeat all of this, right? We can even call it lobby, because right now we're executing the lobby template. There's the writer and there's the template. No, but that's not the execution part that I'm curious about. I think a little bit confused by this, a little bit dazzled. Because the one is not taking, like the execution already happened. And we executed the game template. Where the fuck does the game template? Yes. Oh, okay. We have a global object. Interesting. Is there a method to just simply write it? Let's take a look at the methods. So there's execute. Should see the interface of this. Template, go. I don't think it's a text. HTML template, there it is. Functions. That's interesting. It's not one of the functions that I'm concerned about. It should be like an execute template that execute. There's one. Okay. Mass new parse, clone, define, execute. Execute applied template situation given space to specific data object. So you can also have an execute data and execute a parse template to specific data object. If I execute the template, so this one's a name string, this one's just the data. Okay, I'm feeling like even this is besides the point. Because I want to execute that one to be able to actually run it. So at the moment, I have the row questions. By the way, terrible name. Parsed question. A string, right? Oh no, wait. Yeah, this straight up runs into questions. And when we start the remove, it's going to be an object of type question. Or I guess an array of questions. Okay. So that will just load me the questions. Actually, this is a more appropriate name. So get question, this is an object of type questions. And we just write down the correct part of the lobby. So air is actually, there's no need to go and retype this. So the path is okay, the link we don't care. The lobby, I think we don't care. We will leave it there just because lobby_value. Just because I might consider having it always appended besides the start new game. This way, anyone who has a problem still can reach out. They shouldn't, but that assumes that all of my code works perfectly, and I will never assume such a thing. So the cached variable is not really how I want to handle it. I'd say like a load question. Okay, this way I know to load the question. But I guess this will be the default. And I would want to just check if I'm loading no, okay, let's make it like that. So load question. Players and finally question and questions. Okay. So this looks great. By the way, we return over here. Obviously, we want to check in the error. Yeah, this looks fine. What happens now? Okay, I'm a little bit weirded out. Okay, because this happens at the moment. That's not the one I'm executing. Am I? Yes, I am. It's not the lobby that I'm. Well, I guess it is the lobby. But not the question interface that I'm trying to load, right? Should specify which one I'm trying to load. So let's say if interface, then this. Which by this metric means it would load absolutely shit dick. Interface. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. True. Or rather, false. The fuck is nil now? Game object, panic, template, execute template. Lobby handler. Server go, server go. I swear, brother, it never really teaches you what exactly are you supposed to take a look. I think like the lobby cache is not there, but just out of courtesy, I'm gonna load it here and say true. Just because that's a quick change that I can check very fast. that server master 91, so 91. I'm positive that this is the one. Like, what am I missing? What is the one that's getting referenced? What is the specific that does not get loaded? Because since it's a near pointer, oh wait, did I put it without the dot? I swear this dot thing, okay. I'm starting to believe. I'm understanding now what the temple is about. Never figured out why, but being able to not tell if the dot is there is very useful. Okay. Now we can check exactly in the same manner if it's, I don't remember what was it. It's a load question. Then we're gonna load the game. Or better yet, the body. Is the body getting parsed by this one? I think it is. Yes, there's the game path. So I have a parsing outside. I have a parsing inside. I think there's no big deal to parse everything outside. I should take a look on what people feel about it. Because I don't quite care. Current question, can't evaluate file current. Like, my names are getting awful day by day, but I don't want to change them because if I change game, I have to. Well, it's actually a constant, so I don't even have to change a lot. Current.quest answered current.pick. I have to hide it before a current. Specifically, why is this happening? Hmm. So there's the current. Oh, okay, just the name. That's the problem. Figure that out. There's the instead of being a question, it's going to be a current. And again, my ability to name stuff like shit is amazing. Can't write type quest in handler's question. Excuse me, but isn't this a question lobby's current question? And so this guy is serving, this guy being me. Here I'm serving the questions. Lobby's lobby, current question. You want to take a look at does this mean does this mean I can just copy it straight up? So I don't even need that kind of method? Can't use question lobby as tracked literal. Yeah, because I only need one. Wait. Yeah, no, I need this. Okay. Answered can't evaluate. That's a chill guy, bro. Don't even worry about it. Should be like straight up on my lobbies. Lobby dot lobby cache value. Lobby cache value. Just getting crazier by the second. And lobbies. Lobby cached value dot answered. Bro, what the fuck? I clicked answered. Oh wait. The hell? So it happened. Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Interesting how this takes a second. It's not instant, but it takes a minute to load. Find that interesting. I wouldn't say that it works, but I would say that this could be considered as lobby loads on the current question. Now there would be at the moment there would be like one small thing is now to load about that big boy. So one thing that I need to worry about is now the leaderboard part. But sounds like it's going to be still okay. Yeah, let's move our life ahead. So I guess a quick fix is a nice way to look at it. When I refresh, if the lobby exists, should get the current question. Actually, solved one. We also need to nuke this previous lobby. Only save to Redis the info and else be cleared. Let's try and just nuke it straight up, right? How did we nuke? I remember that being a delete. Yeah, we're going to be delete lobby. How's the order? Type key. Okay, we delete lobbies. I guess lobby. So this guy will still stand on this lobby. Is a new game going to start? Oh yes, because the new game is not thinking about caching. Bad thing, bad thing, bad thing. Did not think about that. Clear. Okay. Oh, of course it will work because now I get the new game. What is the new game that don't do shit? Isn't the new game the refresh lobby part? I think it is. Refresh. Oh, it is not? What the fuck is this? The only possible logical explanation is... Oh yeah. Okay, if we have a cache and we don't restart the game. Okay, that should fix it. The fuck? And... Okay. Fucking... Okay, if restart game... Oh wait, the restart game is before. Am I misunderstanding something? Yeah, that shouldn't get that away. I'm being stupid. This guy is not executing dick. Start. It's not even here. There's the one, new game, right? It's HX post, HX swap, lobby. So we are posting. Well, we should theoretically fix theme is not defined. Yeah, but that's alright, I don't care. Target error. Target error. Start lobby. Oh, I see. Yeah, because this was always meant for the lobby. And I'm not refreshing the whole page. Yahtzee. So the body is inside the game. That will require some thinking, won't it? Let's add this for one slight second, just do that. I hate that he did it. Okay. No, it did not err this time around. There's the button. Button just get nuked. Do I say like nothing gets loaded? Yeah, I have to rethink how this button works. Because at that point it happened to load that guy. But at this point, I think if we're starting the game, am I not just refreshing the lobby? Like so? The problem is, what the fuck is happening at the moment? Like specifically. Not printing anything ever. Is it because my HTMX is target error? Okay, so we're getting over here. We're setting the new cookies. State. Parse the file, but we're not getting over here. However, there's no errors. Shambles. Wait, am I Oh, am I not parsing the files? That's why you check your errors, kids. Always do. Log.print my error. Okay, that's not the deal. By the way, there are cookies, so that should do it. Then I'm confused. If that's not the problem, what is? We in reading reading cookie. Check for the start. Get random over cookie. And there's a lot of info now. Is this new game not? Yes, it's a post to the lobby. And that's okay if the target is incorrect. Okay, suddenly it waked up. Didn't log shit up until now. So we click this. Yeah, but see, it's not executing. What the fuck? Hmm. That's objectively not correct. Yeah. Let's turn on the debug. A second. I can put more than one over there. Is it because the target is, since there's a wrong target, it won't happen ever? Okay, that's the big deal. Interesting. So this target issue is simply solved by... Hey, ciao, boys. How is your morning? Mine is awful. The state of this is getting absolutely insane to keep up. Yeah, the star lobby should be always present. Yeah, well, great. We're on the same page. You know, it's a bit of consolation. The interface. Let's move this bad boy out of here. Like this should solve my problems. If we put them in the same place. Great. Different errors, at least. Okay. So now that this will post, since my guy is here, type this code. It's there. Okay, so the code is getting updated. That's fine. JavaScript can crash. As if I care. Now, if we're starting the game and we're having it being cooked, to be chilled out today. How long will this thing? Yeah, about an hour. I want to just take this out and then get ready for Friday. I have to talk to the designers today. It's never a peaceful or a nice conversation with the designers. I want to have energy for me to not be on page with them. Okay, so we're saying that if we restart the game, at one point I was willing to just change the code. At this point, I'm just gonna reload the page and be done with it. And to reload the page, yeah, I could not care and just load everything. Now that would be a bit of a problem because that's how not how I'm set up to do. It would be like, I don't know why am I doing this, but and this target would be at this point. Could make a bit of a bait here. A bit of a empty div. Like that's going to be ugly as fuck, but should get the job done. About now. Target error. I doubt it. Is there? Oh, my bad. Oh yeah, of course. We're either starting the game or we're loading the cache. Can't be both. Or maybe who's the one that's actually pulling this shit out specifically? Because I'm returning, right? Am I getting a return then a post and that's why it's happening like that? Like that's the big deal? If that hypothesis is correct, then if we print over here overlap, overlap, so yeah, overlap, it's okay. It's getting reprinted overlap again, which means this gets executed the next time that I'm visiting that link. Somewhat weird. I'm not making a GET request. Who the fuck is making a GET request on my behalf? Yeah, I'm getting this. It's bizarre. Like I'm getting this request, but I don't see why the page reloads. Okay, one good way is take a look at the network. So what happened is what's happening is we're clicking this. By the way, something is triggering a full reload. Is there some document that I stopped doing the reload part? Oh, okay, the script over here. Okay, very, very well. Interesting that there is no code. I mean, isn't it getting picked up? Interface bool, lobby string. Yeah, the string is the lobby code. Okay, so that's a big reload. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So we're crashing. Oh, we're crashing this guy. Now, truly, the player. Now, truly, it's weird that the player is still there because my lobby should not even exist. Right? John. Because John is setting another one and is reading the first available one. And I fear this would happen. At some point, I figured that I don't need to set it as John. So let's take a look at my set. Yes, set cookie. And there's the question ones, which again is not really relevant anymore. As the same way as the puff. It's a lobby name. Yeah, when I start the game, if restart, I don't need to change the paths, which then means I just have to put the lobby over here. What's the socket cookie about? You can call it just cookie. This was fine. Okay, and I have some JavaScript cookies somewhere. I know I do. Cookie. It will be in the player, right? One of these. Bound to be. Yeah, so the lobby name, it is superfluous at this point. We're gonna nuke all of this shit. Nuke all of this shit. So by that metric, yeah. So John is over here over the moon. We start a new game. Yes, we have the John. That's great, but John should not be a valid one anymore. Turns out it is. John doesn't give a fuck. Happens in the handler. Okay. Oh, okay, see. I'm checking that the lobby name is not Neil. I'm checking that the player is not Neil. But I'm not checking that this exists. Which is fair. So by this point, yeah, the most fair one, it would simply be like, this is a fair assumption to say that if my lobby exists, we can go over here. I think this is a fair assumption. Lobby name. If lobby name is not nil, and player cache starts with false, everything is lagging out of its mind, and the player cache is going to be equal to okay, and the player the player cache at this point should check if the both of these are fine. So we're talking about what What would be lobby's lobby? How did I control that? Yeah, we can get it and check if it's okay. That's the way it happens. So we can drop this and say okay. This is the bool, right? I made it called lobby exist. Now, if lobby exists, then out of the lobby, we should check if player exists. By the same metric, by the way. So lobby players player name value, and this is the one that's player cached equals player exists. Shall I think about it? This is a better name. Now that I really think about it. Okay. So if the player is not cached, then everything goes to fuck. Yep. Okay, I realize now that I'm setting it in the incorrect manner, because I'm setting it regardless, but this should happen only if this would happen. Why is this happening specifically? My form did not get compiled, so that's interesting. So this is the right one. This is a John. We're running. The fuck? Okay. Too much shit to deal with that now. I feel like this should be God damn it, conditional. Todo. Very well. This is as far as I am getting. I have no idea the fuck is going on at this point of time. I know there's a lot of job to be done at my actual job, so we're gonna quickly commit as a progress, because I feel like I did not made something work in the actual ID. As per streaming goes, we can do a quick raid and be out on our way. Like the very first one we can get a hand on and be on our way. Yeah, today was fine. Oh shit, this is French. No French. No. I think the same language should be a given, but okay. Okay. And yeah, this was fair experience for today. I'm gonna take a look again. I think on another is Stayed Up Tuesday.
Suruh bikin
So see ya.
biodata. Jadi, wow,